Hello, people. I am Jaby Koay, Senior. This is my co-host, Captain Awesome. Captain what? Captain Awesome. You're Jaby Jr. AKA Captain Awesome. We are going to discuss Fan and how it is awesome. Sure. The story of Fan is not entirely dissimilar from an American film of the same title, The Fan. Where The Fan was a suspense thriller bordering on horror, Fan is an action thriller bordering on biopic. While this is obviously fiction and an extreme case of one dedicated fan's obsession gone horrible, there are moments one can't help but wonder if SRK must deal with in real life. Precisely, Jaby Sr. How often must the great Shao Kahn forgive lookalike fans for beating up his acting competition, destroying his statues, ruining his reputation in the public eye, and breaking into his home? All of that is the obviously fiction part I was talking about. Oh, well, either way, Shao Kahn is awesome. That's not how you say his name. How do you say his name? I don't. Out of fear of screwing it up, I just say SRK. SRK is awesome. Moments like Ariana Khanna having a beef with other celebrities, misconstrued by the press, falling asleep on bad scripts he is committed to, arguing with racist, ignorant authorities, dealing with demanding billionaires and facing judgment of the public eye, and going to small-town competitions to imitate his fans, to draw them out into a fistfight. No. Ariana Khanna did a great impression of Gaurav. How did he do that? That was awesome. Fan isn't a film that tries to be realistic and goes through a series of tonal changes. It starts out almost like a cartoon with a strange fight scene outside of Gaurav's cyber cafe, then temporarily becomes a suspense thriller when Gaurav beats up the actor, causing Ariana Khanna to have bad press, and ultimately escalates to a spy thriller like Mission Impossible when Gaurav uses all that cyber technology to infiltrate Ariana's life, leaving Ariana with no choice but to take on the matter himself. It's like getting 4 movies in one. It is awesome. While the shifts in tone are extreme, the one underlying and unsettling thing that stays consistent is Gaurav's extreme obsession. There were a number of moments I felt uncomfortable, but in a good way, such as when Gaurav made a scene at the London exhibit, or when he was dancing at the wedding. That speaks to how well SRK played the young, relentless Gaurav so convincingly. In fact, I found SRK's performance as Gaurav more believable than his fictional doppelganger Aryan. While I was scared of Gaurav, there were moments I felt for him and his misunderstood view of the world, because there were definitely moments it felt so real. I agree. It was quite sad when Gaurav died. It was nice of them to include his photos he took on his phone just before the credits. Now that I disagree with. The ending was really weird for me. After chasing down Gaurav, who has ruined his reputation, cost him probably millions of dollars, broke into his home and held his wife at gunpoint, Aryan just tosses the gun and tells him to live his life? While the film is unrealistic, the decisions characters made up to that point made sense within the context of the heightened reality. I didn't believe Aryan just letting Gaurav off like that. I think they could have still accomplished everything they wanted to with that ending without Aryan simply forgiving him so casually. Wow, Senior Jaby, was there anything you liked about this movie? Of course. SRK's performance as Gaurav was worth the price of admission alone. He disappeared into this character and his real persona was completely unrecognizable. And this being my first SRK film, it was cool to see some of those flashback moments from SRK's career. It was nice to see clips that helped make sense of why he's such a big sensation. Yes. Glad we agree. SRK is awesome. Yes, Jaby Jr., SRK is awesome.